Good morning, good morning. Oh, it's afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm just getting up, so it's morning to me. Coming to you again. I told y'all I want to try to get right with this doing lives and things like that. So I thought to myself today, I said, let me do a video and see how that turns out. For today, I'm coming back again with some more bacon. Bacon in the house. Yes, I love bacon. And I had me some hot tea. I like coffee too, but tea is my favorite. And before y'all ask what kind of tea, I'm going to tell you, I have ShopRite tea. Okay, some of y'all don't like ShopRite tea and only like Lipton tea and this and that and the other. Okay, so let me explain. I have ShopRite, I have Lipton, I have Tea Oven, I have Celestial teas. Today, I felt like some orange pico tea. So that's what I'm having. Thank you. All right, so I just want to talk about some general stuff. So I was having a conversation with my girlfriend yesterday and making light of how I used to go around and check my ex cell phones, beepers, and things like that. And she said, oh, I never did that. I never did that. Okay, and I said, well, that can't be. I said, because any and everybody that I know, or even if those that I don't know, have experienced something like that. So yeah, that's what we were talking about. Yes, I was one of them ones. I would check your pager. At the time, back then when it was a pager, check your pager. See if this number is coming frequently and how frequently. Oh yes, I done been to the house, knocked on the door. Oh my God, I was bad. I hunt his ass down. Hunted his ass down like I was a damn dog. I am good. Find out all kind of information. You know, you do a lot of crazy stuff when you're young. But as I got older, I realized, let the birdie fly. If he come back, it was meant to be. If he don't, oh well, hell. I ain't running around behind nobody today, but I did. And if anybody else want to be truthful about it, they'll tell you they did too. There's a lot of people walking in this world be like, oh no, I never experienced that. Oh no, I never experienced. You're a goddamn lie. You did. You just don't want nobody to know because maybe of your stature today and everything. I don't care. Each one teach one. These are lessons you have to learn. Can't nobody tell you everything because they don't remember everything. But it's when something comes up, they'll be like, oh yeah, I went through something similar to that. This is what I did. That's me. That's the kind of person I am. What's big on so long? So tell me, what do y'all think? Or tell me, have you ever experienced anything like that? If so, let me know in the comment. And what did you do? I'm gonna call this True Confessions. Yep. So yeah. So let me see what story I want to tell about that. I'll tell you about a time with my ex. I will not say no names, but those of you who know me know who my ex is. Around Memorial holiday, and this went on for several years. But it was only one time that I really honed in and paid attention. He would go out of town with his buddies because he rode motorcycles. And, you know, you're going to Myrtle Beach around that time of the year. Black Bike Fest. I love it. But anywho, he'll sit and say, First of all, he wouldn't even let me know he was leaving. And they were leaving on that Friday. So what he would do was order pizza and fries for us. Had me thinking he here in Philly, just out and about. And this bastard all the way up in all the way down to South Carolina. Murder. And the reason why I honed in on it was because this particular time he told me, oh, I ordered pizza and fries for y'all and I'm having it delivered. I was like, okay. That wasn't out of the ordinary because those are things that he did. But y'all, we never got the pizza or the fries. So I'm called, I don't know, was it cell phones out? I don't know if it was cell phones or pages. However, calling page, and I'm calling page to let him know, like, we never got the pizza or the fries. This bastard never answered the phone. Now we into the next day, and I'm calling like, where is he at? Got me all worried and shit. I'm gonna tell you, he one of the reasons why my damn hair is bald up here. Anyhow, that's another story. I'm calling, got me all worried. I don't know if the man locked up. I don't know what the hell could be with a girl. I don't know what the fuck is going on. He didn't call the whole weekend. This is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and here we go back Monday. Well, hunty, that motherfucker rolls up in here on Monday as if he didn't do it. He was gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He come back Monday like everything was okay. I said, now hold up a motherfucking minute. Where the fuck was you? Where have you been? And where's the goddamn pizza and fries? He come back in here with some damn Myrtle Beach shirts and disrespectful. Just could have simply said, hey babe, or Sandra, whatever you want to call me. I'm going with my boys to Myrtle Beach, you know, be back on Monday. I set y'all straight. Nothing. And like a dummy, I argued a little bit and let that pass. And the next year, same old bullshit. So, you know, I said 1 year. Because my cousins in South Carolina, they always doing something around that time too. And then Myrtle Beach. I planned the trip. And this is how nice I am. I planned the trip for both of us. But the motherfucker made me mad. I changed his name. Me and my girlfriend on the plane, because we caught the plane down. Me and my girlfriend. I changed, took his name off, put my girlfriend name on. We went down there and had a ball. What you talking about? You can't keep doing the same thing to people all the time and thinking that they're going to keep taking it. Nah, not me. Speaking that so good. Not me. I'm not doing it. I'm going to give you a taste of your own medicine. And still walk around with my head up high. I've done some things that probably wasn't ladylike and all of that. I didn't care. I was young. I look at life differently now. Really young. I always try to encourage these young girls and boys to be respectful of their mate. It's just simple for me. If you're not ready to settle down, don't settle down. Tell people what you're looking for what you want. Well, let me just put it to you like this. Tell people what you want and what you don't want. What you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept. That's it, that's all. That's it, that's all. That would alleviate a whole bunch of bickering, arguing, misunderstandings. You know what I'm saying? People are, you know, that's in relationships and people on the outside looking at lack of communication. It is lack of communication. You lack to tell people, or your mate, or for this matter, in any relationship, you lack to tell people what you stand for, what you're going to stand for, and what you're not going to stand for. You put that out on the table, as people want to call it today, their disclaimer. Put your disclaimer out there. They accept it, fine. If not, keep moving. Keep moving. You know, you can't make people be who you want them to be. A lesson learned. You can't force people to think the way you think. Oh, God. You know, I'm still fighting with that. I don't want people to think the way I think, but I want people to understand how I think and why I say things the things I say, and why I say them the way I do. That's it. Sometimes I turn into an argument. Oh, well, you know, agree to disagree on some things. But the bottom line is you have to put your disclaimer out there. You can't let people walk all over you. Because then you'll be single like me, mad, disgusted, because I feel, and I know there's other people out there that feel the same way, that you wasted your time. And it's okay. You know, I don't want to say it's okay, but all of this is a learning lesson. It's a lesson. It's a lesson, and you have to learn. You have to learn from it. If you go through life doing the same thing year in and year out, and complaining about the same thing year in, year out, you're not learning. You're not learning. You know, I put in a post one time, you can, I think it was, you can break my heart or something like that, but you can't have my soul. You can't have my soul. Or you shouldn't allow nobody to take your soul. You shouldn't allow nobody to strip you all the way down to nothing. Shouldn't allow it. As I'm telling you, when you're in these relationships, you can lose yourself. You be depressed. You can't find a way to get up. Some people see the depression on you. Some people don't. Some people want to help. Some people don't. You don't know if you're coming or going. That was me. My grandmama always told me, tell your story. Your story can help somebody. That was me. I was depressed. It took everything I had in me to just get up out of bed, get my kids off to school. I mean, that's why I don't have no pictures of the time of my life, because I was looking bad. I was looking bad. Some days I didn't want to comb my hair. Oh, gosh. Horrible. Think high of yourself. And don't let nobody tear you down. Don't let nobody tear you down. Not even your kid's mother or your kid's father. Don't let them tear you down. When people see a weakness in you, they usually walk all over you. Don't let people do that. You guys are nobody's doormat. Don't let people walk all over you. My bacon is so good. I can barely think. But yeah. I've been through some things. But thank God I woke up. And I had some help from friends along the way that encouraged me, keep me motivated. And I got on the other side. I'm on the other side. I'm happier than I ever been. No, I get lonely sometimes. I just grab my pillow in my bed on the other side. And I'm in the bed. It's okay. You have to dig yourself. Pour into yourself before you pour into somebody else. Some people are lucky. Some people get a good wife and a good husband. I don't care how good you think your relationship is. Everybody have issues. Might not be the same issues as you, the cheating and all that. It could be financial. Could be one is more outgoing than the other. One is more laid back than the other. We all have issues in our relationship. Well, it's up to you. Meaning both of you, whomever's in a relationship, to figure out if the relationship is for you or not. If you decide it is, how we gonna work it out? If you decide it isn't, then we have to go our separate ways. Yeah. I'm an advocate. I'm always trying to keep somebody together. I don't never see break up unless people just don't want to do right. I help people. I've introduced people. They have got married. Most people I introduced, they've got married and they long-term relationships and shit. And I'm sitting here and I'm single. How the hell? Oh, well, such is life. Begging the girl. Right. Tell me how y'all feel about it. How you feel about chasing a man or woman down or being in a effed up relationship. We went to a council one time, me and my ex, and the man said, y'all fucked up. The damn therapist. Can you believe that? And we were fucked up. If the therapist said we fucked up, we all the way fucked up. I had a hard time getting out of that relationship. A very hard time. I doubted myself. I was scared. He wasn't all that I knew, but he was a good provider. He's a good provider. Good father. Love his kids, love them. And all that played a big part in me staying so long. And the bigger reason why I stayed was because I grew up in a single parent home. My mother raised me. Well, let's just put it out there. My grandmother raised me. My mother was there, but my mom was young. You know, she liked to party and stuff. I mean, not young like 16, 17. My mom had me, she was 19, 20, something like that, you know. But she was young and she had a life. My grandmother was more grounded. Now, look, we all lived together in a 6-bedroom, 3-story house. So I wasn't like without my mom, but my foundation actually really came from my grandma. Yep. I'm a lot like her. The only difference is I'm more vocal. I curse. My grandma, she didn't curse. She was like a church good lady. Very family oriented. I don't know if I'm all that family oriented, but you know, I love my family for the ones that I'm close to. I used to be close to. I remember my relationships with some of my cousins. And, you know, I don't like all my family members, but they are my family, and I love them. But I don't like all of them. Yeah, my grandmother she was the one for me. Yeah, she kept me grounded. And she prayed for me, because, you know, y'all don't know, but I was bad. I was nothing nice. I was a runaway. I ran away from home plenty of times. You know, because I was raised up in this strict environment, and I didn't like it. And I wanted, sorry about my hair, but I wanted to, you know, I wanted to see what everybody else was doing. Out there in them streets. Yeah. But I settled down, buckled down, as some people call it, and I did what I had to do. A lot of my friends, classmates, and everybody, because I don't, do I want to use the word promiscuous? But I really was liking, oh God, like boys and stuff like that, as you should be doing when you're 14, 15. You know, your hormones jumping around and everything, and you know, liking boys, and everybody called me fresh and thought I was going to be having all these kids, getting pregnant at a young age. Well, those who said that about me, they was putting that on me, but didn't know they was putting it on themselves. I had my first child at 22 years old. Sure did. And had no abortions or anything prior to that. I had my first child when I was 22 years old. For those of you who want to know. Yeah. Yeah. Well, sometimes, in most cases, you can't judge the book by the cover. You have to read the pages. That's the only way you're going to know. Yeah. So, yeah, I had my first child at 22. My second at 24. My third one at 30. I had one in between. I had a miscarriage of the 24 when I was 24 and 30. So, but anyway, yeah, my grandma, she was my rock, and I truly do miss her. She was everything to me, my friend, my mother, my father, everything. I don't have anybody that close to me now. So I just keep it moving. I just keep it moving. And try to remember all her lessons. And hope to one day become the woman that she want me to be. I admired her because my grandmother went through a hell of a lot. A hell of a lot. people abusing, mistreating her, talking down about her, don't like her because of what she stood for and what she, the things she had, jealousy. And that's not friends, and it's friends, family. Yeah. Because my grandmother told you like it was, and she didn't have to, like me, cuss and stuff. She didn't cuss. She spoke in a very monotone, if that's the word I want to use, voice, very soft spoken. Maybe I'll say that. Very soft spoken. Now everybody thought she preaching to me, she this, she old fashioned. Yeah, I thought those things too. But it all came to be true. And she used to always say, mark my word, mark my words. Be like, that ain't crazy. No, that's true. Everything that she ever tried to tell me or anybody is true. Some people took heed to it and some people didn't. Some people really loved her and some people didn't. Because we don't want to hear the truth about ourselves. Yeah, my grandmother, very wise, intelligent, self-made. So, again, when you're in relationships, make sure you put your disclaimer out there. I don't care what kind of relationship you're in. Could be girlfriend, two friends being girlfriends, two guys being buddies or whatever, male, female, male, female, I don't care. Relationship. Make it known what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept, and it would make better for your relationship. As Black people, I don't think we really know how to communicate. These are things we learn along the way, going through school, taking up classes, communication classes and things, We was taught something happened bad, just, don't speak about it. Just like put it in the back of your mind. No, speak about it. You have to talk about it. If somebody hurt you in any kind of way, let them know it. Because what's going to happen is if you don't let them know it, the perpetrator's going to go on and live their life and be happy and whatever, and you're going to be sitting and that shit going to be sitting in your body, boom, boom, boom. You're going to get angrier and angrier and angrier, and then, it start within and then it start to come outward. So don't let nobody take advantage of you. Don't let nobody mistreat you without speaking on it. Because a lot of times, too, people will say things and do things, but it may be normal to them. So what's normal to them is not normal to you. So what you say is, I don't appreciate that. I don't ever do it again. This is how it made me feel. This is what you have to say. You have to communicate, to people. Bring awareness. Let me just say that. Bring awareness to people's actions. Tea getting a little cold. But you have to bring awareness. I think that probably would cut out a whole bunch of killing, Black on black crime, if we just knew how to communicate. And stop being jealous of one another. If I have something that you would like to acquire, just ask me, how did I do it? Let me help you in that way. Don't steal from me. Don't go behind my back and try to take customers. Oh, she ain't this and she ain't that. Come my way. I got better than she doing. Don't do stuff like that. Each one teach one. That's how we gotta live. I hate, people love to see when our culture fighting amongst each other and this and that and the other. That's how they come in and take things, because we're so distracted by our own that what they saying sounds so good when we all have the same ideas. Play on people's strengths. Why give me something that got to do, why put me in the financial department when math is clearly my weakest subject and think I'm going to do good there? I'm not going to do good there. I'm going to struggle. And then you're going to get mad because I'm struggling and the business is messed up. Put me in an area where I know. Customer service, secretarial, whatever. Those are things I like to do. So you got to realize when you're out here doing things, you just got to let it be known. I ain't really have much to say. I just wanted to say that be transparent. Well, be transparent. Let people know what you will and will not accept. It would just make better for a relationship. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed. Click like and share. God bless. Have a good day. Bye.